is a staple food in many homes. Some may even call it one of the main food groups. But what can be done if one loves pizza but wants to eat healthy? Is there such a thing as compromise when it comes to delicious carbohydrate-filled pizza? One way is to not have a traditional bread crust. Have you tried cauliflower pizza crust? The store-bought prepared brands are okay, and the ones you get in a restaurant are usually pretty good. But what if you want to make your own? After a couple of attempts, I have found a great recipe that I would like to share. Looks yummy, doesn't it? Give it a try and you will see how yummy it really is. I start off with 1.5 pounds of riced cauliflower. You can find already riced cauliflower in the frozen section of many grocery stores, or if you grow cauliflower, take about 1/2 of a large cauliflower head and put chunks into a food processor. It will rice it pretty quickly. The next step is where I messed up many times in the past. I tried the store-bought and I tried using the cauliflower head, but the crust always turned out too moist. I learned one special thing that made all the difference. You must squeeze all the moisture out of the cauliflower, and I mean all of it, for the crust to work. I just couldn't get it all, no matter how hard I tried, so I turned to my freeze dryer. Freeze drying the riced cauliflower made all the difference. The freeze dryer takes 100% of the moisture out, leaving a workable piece of the puzzle. Turn your oven temperature to 450 degrees while you are preparing the cauliflower crust. In a bowl, mix 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning or fresh oregano and basil if you have it, 1/8 of a teaspoon salt, and 1/4 of a teaspoon ground black pepper. Add 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese and the cauliflower. Make sure that the Parmesan cheese is not the powdered Parmesan. It needs to be the freshly grated, or sometimes you could find the freshly grated Parmesan in bags at the grocery store. Making Parmesan cheese is a very long process that takes months. So this is one ingredient that I purchased and I do not make it on my own. Once everything is mixed, put a piece of parchment paper in the bottom of a cast iron pan and spray the parchment paper with cooking spray. Form the crust on top of the parchment paper and spread it thin. Bake it for 10 to 20 minutes. This time depends on how thick you make the crust. Flip it over and cook it an additional few minutes until it is golden brown. At this point, you can either remove the parchment paper or leave it on. Once it is brown, take it out of the oven and add your toppings. I like the traditional pizza with pizza sauce, cheese, onions, bell pepper, pineapple, and pepperoni. But you can add whatever you like the most. If you don't have a freeze dryer, the best thing for you to do is either take your store-bought riced cauliflower or food processed riced cauliflower and bake it at 375 degrees for 15 minutes. Then let it cool and squeeze as much of the moisture out through a clean towel. Give this recipe a try. Cauliflower is much easier to grow than wheat for wheat berries. And when SHTF happens, having some of your comfort foods may help boost your morale. Plus, this can be healthy. Remember, it's not about if, it's about when. SHTF, Survival Homestead Teaching Farm, thanks you for watching this video. Please continue to help us help you by liking, sharing, and subscribing.